Academy for this honor. I'm sorry, guys, I just really wanted to say that. Things become a lot clearer when you have glasses. Everything a lot more real. Hello, everyone. I'm Neil Masker, for those of you who don't know me. I would like to start by thanking the class of 2018 for the opportunity to speak at our commencement. I'm truly honored and humbled to be standing here today in front of you, celebrating our collective success. On behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to thank everyone here, our teachers, advisors, students from all the grades, although I don't know if you're awake up there. But last but not least, all the parents, relatives, and friends assembled here today to share this moment with us. On a personal note, a huge thanks to my family, although I'm not so sure about you, Nickett. And there's Smug, I see you. That's my brother, by the way. Special thanks to my mom and dad for supporting me through the last 4 years at BUA. A big thanks to my relatives who trekked all the way from India and California to be here. And my friends who have come from Metro West. I know at times the trip can feel just as long. Trust me, I know that commute really well. Do you guys remember 4 years ago at our orientation when Mr. Berkman said this was the biggest and best class yet? Boy, was he right. This class has excelled in so many ways. In addition to being the most attractive class yet, we won awards and honors in academics, sports, robotics, math olympiads, science olympiads, model UN, music, theater, arts. The list goes on. Look, we even had the most disciplinary committee meetings in history. As this chapter ends and the next one begins, I have a confession to make. I'm scared. There are so many questions that I have. How will college be? Will the courses be too tough? Will I make friends? Will I miss home? Will I miss Nickett? Well, I guess I know the answer to that one. I think I might actually miss it. That's beside the point. The funny thing is, I had a similar sense of apprehension when I first came to BUA. But there's been a significant change between the Neil from 4 years ago and the Neil standing before you now. That change can be attributed to one thing: failure. Lots and lots and lots of failure. Some private, some public, but a healthy dose of failure nonetheless. Winston Churchill said, "Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm." All of us have experienced failure at some point in our time at BUA. It's just natural. As we get ready to embark on a new path, we will most likely all experience failure again. The question is, how do we turn it into success? Today, I want to talk to you about what my time at BUA has taught me about the 3 different phases of failure: the fear of failure, facing failure, and coping with failure. I experienced the fear of failure within just as soon as I joined BUA. I was intimidated by the course content, the teachers, and the students. I remember my first Latin class with Dr. Alonge so vividly. To introduce us to Latin, we were discussing the former BUA motto, Nil Doctus Arduum. And Dr. Long was going around asking questions, and I remember thinking, not me, not me. Of course, his spidey senses, he's like, Neil! And, I gave him the deer stuck in headlights look, blank stare, because, the only thing going through my mind was, no hablo español. Of course, the next person not only knew the answer, but had a rather lengthy discussion about it. But over time, I learned to get over my fear of Latin and Dr. Lange. Not enough to understand a Latin oration, just throwing that out. But I'm not standing up here to tell you to not be intimidated. I'm still intimidated. All of you guys in the back, you guys still awake? How many of you can understand all the words in the thesis titles? I know I can't. For those of you who can, I'm impressed. I treat you, totally. I remember asking Tom Zhang about his thesis, and he tells me the title. And for those of you who don't know what it is an independent quaternion proof of Jacobi's four-square theorem. So, he tells me the title, I look at him, blink a couple times, nod my head, pretend to understand what he's talking about, but really, all I could think was, no hablo español. So, it's okay to be intimidated. What I am trying to say is, let's not make the fear of failure question our abilities. Remember, we all got through BUA. I learned a lot about facing failure during my time as a BUA athlete, and I use that term very loosely. Even though athletics is not a central focus of the school and the students, our teams have done remarkably well. As I look at the beginning of my BUA career, this wasn't always the case. In fact, in my freshman year, we only won 2 basketball games and 2 tennis matches. Not really the best showing. So, what caused this change? Well, we never gave up on the field or in practice. In soccer, Murad never stopped running around when we were down by 4 goals. Or in basketball, Andrew never stopped trying to score even when we were down 20 with 3 minutes left. Off the field, nothing stopped us from coming back to practice after a big loss and putting in 100%. Every season, regardless of what was happening or what had happened, became grind season. I'm sorry, I had to. And slowly, we did get better. Just look at the performance from some of the teams this year. Soccer made it to the finals. Boys basketball moved up a division. Tennis came second in their league. And as Dr. Guttoff already mentioned, the girls basketball team won the championship. From sports, I learned that if we fight, and fight like we really mean it, we at least open ourselves up to the possibility of success. And even if we do fail, we'll know more going into the next situation. Finally, let's talk about what happens when we actually fail. Unfortunately, it is bound to happen at some point. I got through my failures at BUA because of the connections I made with all of you, the students, the teachers, and everyone else. I think the most important thing we can do is surround ourselves with supportive friends that we can fail around and with. And I'm not talking about the 1,000 Facebook friends, but the ones that you can call at 2 a.m. and be like, uh-oh, I haven't started studying for Latin test because I've been running squads all day. That's a Fortnite reference. These people are the ones that will be by our side, whether we fail or succeed. They're the people that we create memories with. like ruining academic block for future grades by having a water gun fight, sneaking off campus to eat Chipotle, which, by the way, was totally worth it. Forcing the creation of new social media policies at BUA. Let's not discuss that one in the group chat tonight, no boys? And accidentally axe-bombing Mr. Ford's classroom during lock-in. Honestly, that's probably how he's going to remember us. The class that made his room reek for more than a week. At least it has a nice ring to it. So, class of 2018, let's commit today to not let the fear of failure or actual failure itself stop us. Let us remember how to embrace it and turn it into a vehicle to success. I would be remiss if I didn't end with a quote from Boston University alumnus, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." And on that note, I will push this commencement ceremony forward. Thank you, class of 2018, for all the memories. Whatever happens in the next chapter of our lives, I know each of us will find a way to succeed and have a positive impact. I'm sure that we all are going to miss our time together at BUA. So, let's continue to keep the support structure alive and be there for each other. I'll always be open to a call at any time from any of you, yes, including 2 a.m. Andrew, and I hope you will too. And finally, as they say in Latin, adios, amigos.
Got Tegan!